everyone, my name is Catherine and I'm a violinist and I teach violin and piano in Milton of Campsie, and I've been asked to do a little video to show you how to play the violin. So first of all I'm going to get my violin, which is here, and tell you a little bit about the violin. So as you can see, it's made of wood. This is what we call the body and the back, all nice, lovely wood. We have these lovely little fancy scrolly things which are called F-holes, and this make the sound come out, shoot out of there, otherwise it would all be trapped in here. Now, 4 strings we have, a bridge that keeps them upright, a tailpiece, a chin rest, which I think should be called a jaw rest because it kind of rests along my jaw, not my chin. How many violinists do you see like that? None. All along the jaw. And then we have this long black bit, which is called a fingerboard. And then we have these pegs, which tune the violin. So we turn up to make the pitch go higher and down to make it go lower. And then we have this very, very fancy, beautiful bit of wood called a scroll. And this is sits on top of the peg box, because of course we've got pegs living in the peg box, so that will make sense. So here we have the violin. Now, the way we play the violin, it's a difficult instrument to play, because do we do anything in life like that? No, not really. And this, once we get a bow in as well, it's very difficult. So we break it right down to make it easy for you to understand how to play. Now, to do this, because I've been doing this for a very, very long time, so it's very easy for me to do it. So I have with me an assistant. I'm just going to put my violin down. Now, as this is Campsie Fest, I have someone from Milton of Campsie coming. I have my lovely student, Tallulah. Now, Tallulah isn't my violin student, she's my piano student, because I teach piano as well. And I've asked Tallulah to be my, what would she be? She would be my assistant, I think. Yes, she's going to be my assistant today. So, what we're going to do is I have a very special violin here for Tallulah. It's the right size because my violin, it's just a little bit bigger, isn't it? Just a little bit. So we have different sizes violins for different sizes of people. So little people like Tallulah, who soon will be much taller than me, I think, I can sense it, has a much littler violin than I do. So, the way we learn to play the violin is we start, always you hold the violin very neatly in what we call rest position. That's the beginning. Then the hand needs to be around here, like this. That's it. Now, what we do when we play is we want to turn the violin round and hold it like this, like I showed you earlier. Now, very easy for me to do, and hold it like this. So I do a little twist without knocking Tallulah with my scroll, like that. So very easy for me to do, not so easy if you've never done it before. So we're going to go through how to hold the violin. So, first of all, Tallulah's got a lovely grip. You see how she's got a nice straight wrist here as she's holding the violin. She's going to give me a big smile. Lovely. Now, you're going to take the violin here and stretch your arm out. Show everyone your violin. Yay! And you can smile and laugh as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bend the arm in here and bring the violin in, almost like a spaceship coming in to land on your neck. And we put it in at this angle. And as I said before, it's kind of like the jaw going on the chin rest, which should be called a jaw rest, but it's called a chin rest. And then we want to come in to land. The head's got to really get comfy on that chin rest, like that. Very good. Lovely. Now, as I showed you, I did my little spin around. Let's see, Tallulah. Can you take your hand away? Go for it. Oh, Lily, let go. Be brave, be brave, be brave. Ah! You see, it's difficult to do it. So what we do is we just slowly build up strength to do it. Now, one thing I didn't say, Tallulah is just going to give me her violin for a second. As you saw when I did my spin around, I have a special rubber duck, well, a spongy duck for Tallulah. But we have a sponge, we have something to bridge the gap, because the violin sits on the collarbone right here. But you can see that's quite big, and the violin isn't that thick, is it? It's not that big. So we have to bridge the gap to make it easier. Now some people use a shoulder rest, so I'm just going away for a second. And I am back. Here is a shoulder rest. Now, I don't use these because they don't work for me. They work for some people, not for others, and it's all personal choice. Everyone has a different neck. Everyone has a different body setup, so you find what works for you. I teach all my students to use a sponge, and then as they get used to playing and they get more used to how the violin works, we change things. So if they really are uncomfortable with this, they go onto a shoulder rest. It's all personal choice and what works for you and your body. Put this back. Now, as Tallulah's never done this before, she's having a duck. So we are bridging this gap. What we don't want is that. You imagine walking down the street like that. You're going to get very sore shoulders. So we don't want that. We want this relaxed and comfortable. And basically, you're just swinging your arm up like that. Can you do that with me, Tallulah? So swingy, swing, swing, and then come up. That's it. But I want you to have a little bouncy, bouncy at the end. So just a very natural movement. Oh, look at that wrist. Naughty wrist. Wrist. Nasty wrist. Happy wrist. Yeah? So, really comfy in like that. Yeah, but really swing. That's one of the other things. Because we're doing something the body's not used to, holding a bit of wood out like this, it's not heavy, but the body's not used to doing it. So it does start doing weird things. It will tense up a little bit here. It will start to do that there because it's like, it's a bit scared. So we have to be very aware of the parts of our body when we play. So one more time, we're going to start in lovely rest position. That's it. Now, can you put your arm out straight? And we're going to bend the elbow. Let's turn it a little bit so you can see. So the arm, we want to bend that, and then we're going to do a little rotation to turn the violin into the spaceship. And it's going to come in to land here. That's it. Not too high, but we want to get this comfortable. That's it. Ooh. Now, Tallulah's going to let go here because she's already gripping. Remember that swingy, swing, 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 swing. That's it. So nice and relaxed. Lovely. Very good. Let's get that on your jaw. Now, chin right down. Right down. That's it. So another thing is you've got this little bit here and you want to feel contact. So let's turn that a bit. So you've got a bit of contact there. so you can all see, is here. It's called an end pin, and it supports the tailpiece here. You can see the band there is keeping it in place, and that goes right into the violin and supports all of that. So if that breaks, all of this collapses. So it's very, very important that. So, oh lovely, look at that. Very good. So we're going to have another go. Do you want to have another go? Yeah. So, let's have a go. First of all, we're going to do a little swing, swing, swing. Are you relaxed? Relax, relax, relax. Relax. Very good. Oh, no, no, not relaxed. Relax. This is really important. Not only is it great fun to do this, but it's also really important. So there's no tension. Ooh, that's it. And then we come right up. So we've got this, I'm going to help you, I'm going to support the violin here a bit. Bring your hand round. We have the V here, between your thumb and your first finger. And what we do is we put this right there. So not all the way to the bottom. We need a little space, but for now, this helps us support the violin. Just like that. Perfect. How's that feel, Tallulah?
Good.
Yep. Now, can you try that again? Relaxing your hands. So come down a bit on your chin. That's it. Now, take your hand away. I'm here so you won't drop the violin. I've got it. Yeah, that's it. Experiment a bit. Just experiment a bit with your chin. Maybe the angle. Ooh. So let's come up a bit. Chin down. Great, 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 great. Yeah! Ta-da! Look at that. Well done, Tallulah. Excellent. She's going to get a sticker for that later. Very good. So, we're going to relax. Good. Now, can you put your violin back into rest position for me? Excellent. So, what we do now is we have to talk a bit about how to play. So, fingers which come down. So, what we have is these 4 strings. And when I start to teach, we only use the top 2 strings, because there's a whole movement of the arm that happens when we go to the lower strings. So we just start with the top 2, which is a lot easier. So if I put the violin back into this playing position, now I'm going to turn around here so you can see my hand a bit better. Can you see this V I talked about with Tallulah is very important, because we don't want the violin sitting right in there, because it's hard. You can't have access to things fast with your fingers. So we bring it down a bit. So it's sort of balancing like that. And it's important that it doesn't sink down, as you just saw. It disables the fingers. So it balances here, and you see it's sort of around that knuckle joint there, so the fingers can move. So we come like that. Do you see? This is what I was talking about. This is my high string, my E string. And can you see how I have to do a rotation here to reach that? So we don't want that at the beginning. There's too much to think about. So what we do is we focus on the top 2 strings. Now, as you can see, the fingers are coming down. Now, like all the things, I've been doing this for a very long time, so it's very easy for me to just go blah, 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 put the fingers down. But it's not so easy if you've never done it before. So the first thing is we get used to holding the violin here. So we get this position right, because the first thing you're going to want to do is that, because that's comfortable and it takes the weight of the violin. Because as you saw with Tallulah, it's very difficult to get used to this. And we spend a lot of time doing this, getting comfortable with this grip, because it's not easy. So we come in, find out. And then also you see the fiddle will come down a little bit, and by doing that it brings it back up. We want it on a sort of level like that, not dipping down, because once we bring the bow in, gravity is going to pull the bow down here, and we want the bow to stay here. So we keep this position to get the wrist straight, but also to get the fingers over the strings like this. So easy for me. Let's see how Tallulah gets on with it. So back into your playing position, please. Oh, oh, oh. And we're going to have the bendy bendies and the spaceship, so we've got that rotation. And I repeat, Tallulah's never done this before, so she's doing superbly well, because if you ever try, you'll know how difficult this is. So she's really doing superbly well here. Now, like I said before, we're going to get this nice and relaxed. And let's just move a little bit over, a little step to your right. Yeah. Very good. That's it. So we've got this nice position here. Ooh, she wants to grip this one. She's a gripper. Now, so we're coming in like this. Now, do you see already it's a little hard? How do you feel? Are you finding this difficult?
No.
Oh, very good. Now, what if we bring everything round a little bit more? Is that good?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, what we're going to try is to get the fingers working a little bit to build strength. So what I'm going to ask Tallulah to do, we'll start with this finger, the third, what we call the third finger. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in violin, because we don't use the thumb for the strings. So we're going to use the third finger, and we're going to try plucking each string. So like that. So have a go. Just on the E string, which is the top string. Yeah, again. Again. Good. Now we're going to move to the A string, which is the next string. Oh, oh, not that one, this one. Good. Bit more. Bit more. Good. Now, as I said before, this will illustrate it. So try and reach the D string. Now, can you get the angle to do a really nice pluck? Round finger. Good. Tiny little movement here to bring the hand round. In fact, let's come closer. Ready? 1, 2, 3 to the camera. Now you can see Tallulah's hand a bit better. So, can you do the pizzicato on that string? Good. And what we need is right up here, a bit further up the string. And we use the fleshy part of the finger for that. And then the G string, we have to have a little rotation. Little rotation round. And then the third finger. See, it's a bit harder, isn't it, to reach that one. So we really have to rotate everything here. And bring that in a bit closer, then that works better for you. Have a go? Now. Oh, naughty finger. Very good. Well done, Tallulah. So let's put the violin back in rest position, and let's take 2 steps back. 1, 2. Very good. Now, when we do things like that, what we have to use is the fleshy parts of the finger. So not the end bit where the nail is, because you could get that horrible sound, and you want a nice ringing sound when you play. So we use the fleshy parts of the finger to do all of this. And if I turn this way, you can see. So what we want is a bit more of an angle over when we do this pizzicato. Do you see how I'm using that fleshy part of the finger to connect with the string? Can you see I've got that going? And now if you look very closely, do you see the string really, even if I don't do it so hard, can you see it spinning around there? So a nice fleshy part of the finger. Do you see I've brought my arm all the way around for that? So it's here for the E string and there for the G string. Like that. Okay, so really important fleshy parts of fingers when you play. Now when you're little, your hands are very soft, the fingers, the skin is very soft, your pads will get stronger with strength, with the more you play, they'll just get stronger fingers. And that's why we do this little pizzicato exercise, to get everything moving a bit more. So let's put the violin down. Oh, sorry, Tallulah. So, ready to do a bit more? So let's put this violin back into your playing position. And if Tallulah were to learn the violin, I would be getting her to do this a lot. So there'd be a lot of this to get more comfy with this and to come up into this position to get comfy. And this round position here. Ooh, like that. Because when we do the pizzicato exercise, we want to be right up here, not further down, to do that sort of thing. Very good. Now, if we want to start playing, we need to bring the hand further down. So after a couple of weeks of lessons, what we do is we bring the hand down here, but we're maintaining this angle. As I said earlier, we don't want the wrist coming up like that because that disables everything. So we'll keep it like that. That's it. And then bring the fingers around. Now, as I said, when I start, all my students start on the top two strings, and that's also because of the bow, which will be discussed later. So we have fingers going round like that, relax, into a position. Now, Tallulah is going to come closer. There we are. Now, if you can see, you comfy? If you can see Tallulah's fingers, we've got, what we want is this round shape. Let's try and get the camera to see that. So what we need is, let's leave that one like that. They've got to be coming round. So, I don't know if you can see, if you turn around with me, Tallulah, turn around, and I'm going to ask you to dip a bit so people can see. I'll do it with my violin in a minute. We have a certain shape we want the fingers when you play, which is this sort of round shape coming down. We don't want that sort of collapse. Can you do that? Just collapse. You see how they've fallen down, the fingers? That's not good, because we want this lovely fleshy part of the finger coming down, and that gives us more strength when we play as well, because the fingers have to be strong to do this and to move with speed eventually, just like that. Very good, thank you, Tallulah. So we go back into rest position, and I'll just show you with my violin. I can see if I can get a better angle to show you these fingers. I can, yeah, that's quite good there. So we go 1, 2, 3, and we've got this shape, it's round. Can you see that? Not that. That's very flat. we want this. And the idea is you let your finger drop down, spring up, drop down, spring up. See? And you can see the shape of the hand moves, it rotates a little towards the string. So we have that, and over time we learn the discipline to bring it in. Otherwise, these fingers here aren't going to help you. If you've got to play, that's too far away. So they've got to be close to the string, ready for action. Like that. Okay. Okay, good. So, shall we have a recap of all those things that we've learned so far? So, let's hold that violin. Remember, hand up here, right up, like that. That's it, good. And we're going to rotate that a little bit like that. Now, let's put that violin into playing position. So stretch out, that's it. And then we're going to bend here. Sorry, you can't see it, bend the elbow. Come into playing position. Now relax here. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to be relaxed when you play. If you're tense, it's like anything. If you do this for ages, you let go, you think, oh, that hurts, that aches. It's the same here. So you want to be as relaxed as possible. So I'll do that. Like so. How's that? Good. Let's try again. The dreaded let go of the arm. Oh, I'm out of screen. Where's it come from? There we are. So, got all support here. Got the fire engines ready in case it's dropped. That's it. You see, did you see how Tallulah's? She's playing with this. She's finding what's right. Really good. Really important to do that. Be brave. No, let's see. Let's get the duck. Maybe the duck's not helping. Oh, no, not yet. One, two, three, quick. As you see, it's not easy to do this. So perhaps we'll give Tallulah some privacy to do this at home on top of a mattress or something. So it's not... you've got a bit of a gap here. This tiniest gap. I'm going to try something. You got that? Not as exciting as a duck, but it's a bit thicker. So let's see if this gives Tallulah the extra support that she needs. If we see, ooh, naughty duck. See, they're about the same thickness, but I think this one's a bit sturdier. So let's try this one and see if it gives Tallulah that extra little bit of support that she needs. Maybe she's got a long neck. See, a bit thicker. So let's see if this helps. So, get into your playing position. What do you think, Tallulah? Yeah. Yeah, you liking that? So let's have a go. Let's see. Ta-da! Round of applause! Wasn't that brilliant? Ta-da! So, that illustrates how important it is, your setup. Yeah, so make sure, look how long your neck is, look where your collarbone is, because Tallulah's got a very little collarbone. As she gets bigger, it will get bigger and stronger. But right now, wasn't that amazing? In fact, let's do it again. Let's do it again. It was so good. Yay! 10 stickers at the end of this. This is fantastic. Well done. Now the next challenge, we're bringing that hand round here. Good. So remember, we want to encourage this straight bit here. And then we're going to practice plucking the E and the A string. Now the E string is the top one, the highest one, a bit like a cheese wire. Handy if you need to cut cheese. This one is your A string, next one down. So with your third finger, remember violin, 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 fingers. So we're going to use this one, number 3, and we're just going to practice. Now remember, you want to encourage this shape. So aim higher, about here, for doing this pizzicato. Off you go. Oh, go on, really get stuck in there. Yeah, more, stronger. Yes, I like that one. Do it again. Yes, more. Yeah, so we're going to really get that finger sore today. We're going to get that pizzicato. Big, fat, fleshy sound. Do it again. Oh, no, go high, aim high. Remember, we want this strength coming over. Oh. Oh, now you're just touching the string here. Yeah, that was a good one. Let's do it again. Excellent. Now let's try the A string. Again, we can get a stronger sound. Yeah, that was a good one. Good. Excellent. Now we're not going to do the others for now. So that's what we want to do to start with. Just to get used to this position, this comfortable arm. And you can, it almost looks like a triangle, an upside down triangle. This here, and then the violin sits on the top. So you could almost say the violin is balancing on these 2 sticks. I don't know if you've ever done that. You get 2 sticks and then you balance something on the top. It's a bit like that, this balancing thing. And we want to keep this very relaxed. And then we bring the hand back. That's it. And we're maintaining this. And we can practice, it's a bit of fun, going like that. So the hand is going up and down like that. Just to get used to this movement on the fingerboard, the neck and the fingerboard. So you see, we're keeping this, but eventually we're going to move all up and down here. So it's good to get used to that, so you're not gripping that violin. We're doing this up and down, like this. And then always keeping the fingers over, because remember the violin is coming over like this. So, very good. Do you want to put that in rest position? Now, how are you feeling, Tallulah?
My arm's a bit tired.
Yes. You will find that after a little while, this hurts. Yeah, a little achy. Because even though we've been very, very careful, we've made sure that there's not been this. How many of you do this for half an hour, 20 minutes, even 10 minutes? We don't. So you do get a bit sore. So we only do, when you start, you just do 5-10 minutes at a time. Is it feeling all right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you enjoyed that, Tallulah?
Yes.
Was it brilliant?
Yes.
Was it different to what you thought?
Yes.
How?
Like holding it in a different position, because I'm used to playing the piano just like normal.
Sitting down,
Yeah.
relaxing, slouching sometimes. Yeah. So, very different. You're standing, first of all. You've got to stand for the whole time. And then this position, aching, getting tired. And of course, hasn't she been fantastic? Finding that adjustment, what a difference it made to holding the violin. All really difficult things. So a big, big applause and thank you to Tallulah, who has never done this before. Never. Fantastic on the piano. Violin, never done it. So really, big thank you for helping me. So, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you've had fun. The next session is on how to hold the bow. Oh, nightmare. But it's going to be fun. And Tallulah, who has never done it before, is going to help me with the bow. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Have a lovely day. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Wave Tallulah. Bye bye.